Now, this time of year, my friends, sometimes we feel like a chicken with our heads cut off. We're running around not knowing what side is up, and the demands of comp season costumes, recitals, summer camps, schedules, kids' activities, family things, spring break. It's all enough to make anyone's head spin, honestly. And for most of us, what we do is we put our blinders on and we say we're just going to work on our never ending to-do list, right? That to-do list, and we're like, we write it all down. And then we tell ourselves when things slow down, we will get to focus on our goals or take that vacation or set aside time to learn marketing or XYZ or create the system or insert that whatever it is you like here. But what I'm going to tell you is in this week's episode, we're going to really share why getting the support and being held accountable is actually exactly what you need to achieve your goals at a record speed, all without the hustle and grind, all without thinking that, too much is on your plate or that it's overwhelming or telling yourself a story that things will slow down. Because the reality is that our businesses are very cyclical. And so, what I know to be true is that we tell ourselves lots of stories when it comes to what we do inside of our business. So, if you're joining me, say, hey, Erin, what's up? Let me know that you're here. I always want to know who's with me as I come on and do this live. And if you come in on the replay, I want to know that as well, because I believe in having conversations. And so, even if you come back in on the replay, let us know, and we will continue the conversation even after the live broadcast ends. Now, we also love to learn out loud around here. So if something resonates with you, if there's a little gold nugget that you are like, ooh, that was so good, I would love for you to chat, drop it in the chat for everyone. It will help not only anchor in the idea for yourself, but also for others who come back in on the replay. So let's go ahead and really dive into the nitty gritty today. So let's be honest. How many of you are feeling like life is crazy right now? I would be also lying to say that things are not busy happening. We have a lot of crazy schedules between not only running multiple businesses, but I'm a mama. I volunteer at my kids' school. There's a lot of different things happening. And so life is busy. Life is busy. And the reality is that when life is busy, we actually need someone to hold us accountable. Because what happens so many times is when life is busy, we start to tell ourselves stories on all the reasons why we can't do XYZ. We tell ourselves stories. And what we believe and what we focus on grows, right? So if we tell ourselves that we couldn't possibly do another thing, or that, we couldn't possibly make more money, or we couldn't possibly, charge XYZ, like whatever we tell ourselves becomes a reality. And so the reason that it's not a want when life is busy, but having some accountability and support from someone else outside your normal circle is actually, it is the time where like someone has to hold you to the fire. Someone has to tell you that, hey, challenge you. Is this a fact or a feeling right now? Are you doing the things that matter? The other day, I had someone come to me and say, Erin, I feel like I'm working 24/7 and I'm not moving the needle. I'm not growing my business. I'm not like, I feel like I'm doing a lot of things, but yet my numbers stay the same. My response was, then you're not focusing on the right things. And then the follow up came with, well, but we've got recital and we've got comp season and da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, but like those are things, yes, but you told me these are your goals. You need a plan to make that a priority. Okay. Okay. We need people to check us. Going to make sure that we are showing up and doing what we say we're going to do. My friends, I just told you life is busy over here for us. We have a nonprofit that, my goodness, we are serving 3 large school districts, privatized centers and daycares. We have workshops. We've got all sorts of things that happen here on the daily. And that in itself is it's a whole animal. And then we add obviously Dance Studio Empire, our coaching and consulting company. That's its whole other thing. And then mama, right? So what did I do? I saw that I was starting to feel like, oh, it was one or the other. Like I was getting pulled on the nonprofit side. And so I was letting things slip over here on the coaching side. And I recognized that. And I recognized that I needed accountability. I needed support and how to balance the two and still be fully present mama. So I hired a coach. I invested in a program, right? And because I knew that I needed the support, I needed the accountability. Need, not want, I needed. Because I know what my goals are, the big vision that I have for myself, my dream life, our dream for me, for my family. And I knew that I was starting to tell myself stories. I was starting to say, well, when things slow down in the nonprofit, y'all, things ain't never slowing down over there. Why? Because we are on a trajectory to continue growing. So to tell myself that we're going to slow down would be the opposite of what I say that I want to do. I don't want to slow down. I want to make as big of an impact as possible. You can't do that by slowing down. You can still create your dream life. But in that business, there is no slowing down. We are a train moving down the tracks. There's no slowing down. We're full steam ahead. So if I were to tell myself that, oh, when things slow down in the nonprofit, then I'll focus on the coaching business. Y'all, I saw it happening and I saw the results from that because it was a story I was telling myself. When life gets crazy, we need support. And I have to say, I'm really big on, we have to get support from outside of our immediate circle. We need someone who's not in it. We need someone who can see the forest for the trees, who can cut through everything. That's what we need in our lives. You need someone who gets it. You need someone who understands, who's in the industry. who is actively like, I think it's important for us to, like look at it like someone who's in the trenches, honestly. Because if you've been so far removed for years that you're not in touch with reality of what's going on inside our industry, like how do you serve somebody well in that way? But the reality is, my friends, we need accountability when life gets crazy. We need it. It's human nature. We need a plan, and we need someone to hold us to that plan, to remind us of that plan, to remind you of your big why, to remind you of your vision, to be able to tell you, like, is that really important what you're doing right now? We need accountability when life gets crazy. Because y'all, life's always going to be crazy. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Things are hard. You might be chugging along and thinking things are great, and then life throws you a curveball. Are you going to let that curveball set you back and define your future? Or are you going to step up and say, you know what, I need support and I need accountability to help me stay the course, to not veer from my mission? Or are you just going to try to figure it out on your own? How's that been working for you? Is it getting you to where you want to be in the quickest fashion possible? Because, my friends, it's all possible for you. Everything that you've ever imagined, your dream life, your dream studio, your income level, your time freedom, being able to step away and go on a vacation with your family and not have to hear about the studio one iota, it's possible. It's all possible. You just have to decide. And you need support in getting you there. It doesn't have to take you 10 years to get there. Y'all, you get to decide. And what I'm going to tell you is that decision is the key. Decision is the key. And how we're viewing things. If you're here, I want to know, how are you feeling? Are you feeling like life is crazy and the thought of adding one more thing or the thought of focusing on growth right now is overwhelming? I want to know. And I want to tell you, there are ways to combat that. There are ways of combating that. And of course, I would absolutely be crazy, absolutely be crazy to not remind you that we're here. We're here to support you. And so if you like to see what having somebody, me and my team, but somebody actually walk with you hand in hand in this journey, hold you accountable, help you cut through all the muck, get laser focused on what are the actions you need to take based upon your specific goal, your desire, what your dream life looks like, what your dream studio looks like. Then I want to encourage you to go here, just fill out this information, and we can have a call. It's 100% complimentary. I will get on a call with you and we will chat about what it is to work with me. But this is not about cookie cutter. This is about, what is it that you want? What is going to work for you? Not looking at leaving your fate and you're up to somebody else. This is having me walk along with you, you getting access to someone who's in it, who's been doing it, who's living and breathing it, right? Someone who is in it with you. You're not getting a small fraction. This is really getting somebody to walk. This is like the white glove service. This is when you go to the Ritz, and you get the concierge and they're like taking care of it and they're helping you and they're giving you ideas and they're infusing all those things and you're like, this is amazing. It's magical, right? Like that's what it is when I work with my clients. When we work together, it's me walking alongside with you. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. No one gets lost in my camp. I'm sure my clients can tell you that sometimes I check in a lot. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Perfect. You gone a little quiet. What's happening? We need people to do that for us. We need people to do that. It is the quickest path to getting to your goals is to have a coach and a mentor who can challenge you, who asks us questions, who actually knows you, your studio, and your specific goals. So, my friends, I would love to chat with you if you're knowing that life is crazy. You have these goals, but you just don't know how to get there, and you don't know how to make it all work within your schedule. Because, my friends, make your moments count, make your time count. And so many times we're in it, and so we can't really decipher what's the actual action that's important and how to fit it in to all the other things. How do we fit it all in together? And that, my friends, I am magic at, because y'all, if you guys saw all the different things that are going on, you'd probably be like, oh my gosh, she's a crazy person. Actually, I've had people tell me I'm a crazy person. But you know what? I love it. I do. I love it. And what are we committed to? Are you committed to your vision and your big why? Have you gone back and revisited that recently? It's a new quarter. It's quarter 2 of the year. Have you revisited your big why? Have you revisited your mission and your vision? Are you upholding them? Are you on track? Or have you let life get crazy and so you're just kind of, treading water? You're like, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm not drowning, right? But I'm just going to get through. I'm just going to get through spring. And then, summer will come and there will be lots of downtime and then I'll focus on it. Well, that's 3 months of leaving things on the table. When we plant a little seed, if we plant the seed, walk away and say, in 3 months, I'll come back and water it, what's going to happen, y'all? It's going to be dead. That seed is dead. But that's what we do so many times. We say when things slow down, and then things slow down in the summer, and you tell yourself, okay, well, oh gosh, things are slowed down, and I just, I need the rest. I'm going to really rest, which we all need rest. And then fall comes, and then you're disappointed that that seed never sprouted for you. And then this just becomes a vicious cycle. You need accountability. You need someone to hold your hand and walk you through and say, "Hey, like we're not on track. What happened this week? How do we manage our time better? What are the tasks that you need to focus on? What's the action specific for you to get you to the desired results, to get you to those goals? Dream studio, dream life, time freedom, taking 4 weeks off in the summer to just be in it with your kiddos because that's what you desire. To be able to get away with your hubby or your partner, your spouse, just because you need to and you want to, multiple times a year. To have the financial stability, the financial goal, income, revenue that you so desire, like all those things, we need someone to hold us accountable to making those come true. So, my friends, if you start to tell yourself that life is crazy right now, so when things slow down, that is your sign that you need accountability. If you tell yourself things are really crazy right now, when this slows down, I'll focus on marketing. When it slows down, I will focus on enrollment. When it slows down, or I'll get to that right now, I just got to focus on XYZ. But you know what? I'll get to that. And that just keeps getting pushed. If those things are coming up for you, that is when you should be running and finding someone to hold you accountable. That's really going to hold you accountable. Not this like, oh, okay, kind of, well, okay. It can't be someone who's not going to challenge you. That's not accountability. It's not accountability. Someone who's going to help you cut through it all. That's what you need when life gets crazy. So, my friends, if you're feeling like life is crazy for you, comp season recital, costumes, summer schedules, fall, figuring out fall and staffing. And if you feel like that and you're like, so when things slow down this summer, I'll focus on XYZ. There's your sign, right? That's your sign. So I would love to chat with you if you are feeling like when things slow down, life is crazy right now. You get to decide, is that a story you're going to keep telling yourself, or are you going to do something about it? Make the decision. Next week, my friends, I'm going to be coming on for another episode of the Erin Bird Live Show. We are going to be diving in and on a little bit more business tips, but this is really coming down to what's next? What's next? What now? What now? So I absolutely love the what's next. If you know me, if you know anything about me, definitely visionary. So what's next? That's what we're going to be diving into next week. I hope that you had some takeaways today. And if you come back in on the replay, like I said, we want to know that as well. So just drop a little hashtag replay, continue the conversation, and I will see you next week for another episode of the Erin Bird Live Show. Bye, my friends.